The military promotes success whether you directly see it or not. Good afternoon. My name is Peyton Copeland, and I'm a member of the United States Air Force. Did you just graduate high school? Or maybe you don't know what you want to be when you grow up or what you want to do with your life? Have you ever thought about being an airman, a Marine, a soldier, maybe even a sailor? Today, I'm going to inform you about the benefits, both internal and external, of enlisting in the world's greatest fighting force. Today, my sources come from 4 very credible sources, outside sources, and the relevance is the military can always have the need to grow in size. I've seen way too many people that I went to high school with working behind grills or standing on the side of the road in the hot heat, building roads or doing construction. That's not a bad thing. If that's something that you want to do, have at it. But if you want to do better for yourself and you don't want to end up behind the grill, you can get a lot and learn a lot from the military. These are the benefits that we offer. Benefits of enlisting in the United States military. The list is extremely long, so I'm just going to list a few. These come from military.com. A guaranteed paycheck. The only time that you will not get paid is when the military shuts down, which is not very often. You'll get a paycheck every 1st and 15th of every month of every year that you're in the military, like clockwork. It will not stop. That also includes longevity too. You're not going to get fired. You're not going to get laid off, which is something you don't have to worry about. Another benefit is free health and dental care. I can't tell you the amount of times that I have walked in to the dental clinic or the healthcare clinic getting something taken care of, that I have something wrong, I have an appointment, just getting something looked at, and I don't have to pay. I just walk straight back out when I'm done. I remember my very first time going to the medical clinic. I got injured during a training exercise. I hurt my knee, and I made an appointment. I got looked at by my doctor and was prescribed some medication for pain. I went to the pharmacy, pick up my medication when I was done, and I was standing with my debit card, and I asked the woman, "Where do I pay?" And she looked at me and she said, "You don't have to pay." I said, "Really?" She said, "Yeah, you don't have to pay for anything ever as long as you are in the military." So that's a huge benefit. You also have the possibility of traveling the world. Right now, I'm currently stationed in the United Kingdom. You can get stationed in Turkey, Japan, Korea, other places in Europe like Italy, Germany. You can also get stationed all over the United States. Whether it's a state you've never been to before, whether it's all the way up north or all the way down south. It could be anywhere, like Alaska and Hawaii included. You also get 30 days of leave, or as civilians know, paid vacation. I don't know about you, but I like to just sit back on my vacation and get paid for doing nothing. Let's talk about the value of free education. The value of free education is more important than we know. About 80 to 90% of the people that I work with joined because they couldn't afford to go to school. They wanted to be something and do something with their life that required a 4-year degree, and they couldn't afford to do it. So that's why a lot of these people joined the military. I joined as part of my benefit to get to go to school for free, because what I want to do is be a Texas game warden. I have to have a 4-year degree to do so. Some education benefits that come along come from Army.mil, such as loans and student debt are not usually a problem. Going through tech school or whatever training you go through that qualifies you to do your job in the United States military normally accredits you about 50% of your associate's degree in that required field, or in the field of studies, which is normally what you do in the military. In most cases, there's on-site or on-base education centers that offer education benefits. Education advisors are normally on site to help you and discuss what you need for a certain degree or what you need to do to get going with your school. I go to the University of Maryland Global Campus, and we have an office here at the Education Center. So whenever I need something or need to get enrolled in classes, I can just go pay them a visit and they help me out. It's absolutely amazing and very convenient for me. Another benefit gained by joining the United States military are the communication skills that you gain throughout your military career. We are forced to work with small groups and large groups from people all over the United States, all over the world, that come join the world's greatest team. We have to work together to solve certain issues, fix airplanes, install equipment, deal with any type of criminal action. with whatever job you have in the military requires you to work with the people you're working with. You have to be able to communicate to do so. You have to be able to come together as a team to figure out how to move forward on a certain situation. Members may not realize how important it is to have communication skills, especially when you get out of the military, when it comes to job interviews, job opportunities, or situations that you come across while being on the job. I personally have noticed that I have gained communication skills throughout my military career, and I'm only 2 years in. I've got put in situations where I need to communicate with the team, and sometimes that's the only way to move forward about a certain situation. Finally, something that is not written down as a benefit on paper is a camaraderie that you gain throughout your time in service. Have you ever been to a football game? Whenever the team scores a touchdown, everybody's jumping on the sidelines with joy. Somewhat of a comparison of what you feel in the military, but it is something like you will never experience. The camaraderie in the United States military is being a part of an elite team from members all over the planet. Being put in sucky situations away from home, whether it's just you have people behind you, you have people that have your back, you have your wingman, your battle buddy, whatever they're called in other branches of service that are there for you, that are being put in the same exact situations that you are. So you know you're not alone. And with being so, we come together as friends, as brothers and sisters to push forward and persevere through these hard times. That comes from military.com as well. There's no better feeling than celebrating with your team after a win or something that is achieved. When times are hard, you feel alone or stressed out when you're being put through situations. That's another reason that camaraderie comes into hand when people have your back. Friends outside the military do not compare from friends inside the military. You get to a point sometime in your career when you realize the person standing next to you is willing to go to battle for you and willing to go fight alongside you and pull you out of harm's way when necessary, if necessary. In conclusion, this is why you should consider enlisting in the United States military. An important thing to remember is not all jobs are combat related. I know that sways people from going to see a recruiter because they don't want to go fight in a war. Not all jobs are combat related, so that's something to keep in mind. Today we went over the small list of benefits, which do not include all of them. Free schooling / education, communication skills, and the camaraderie that is gained in the United States military. We are excited of the possibility of having a new member join our elite team. If that's you, head down to your local recruiting office and talk with your recruiter and join the biggest team that the U.S. has to offer. Growth in numbers and personnel will always help and contribute to military readiness, which is what we discussed in our last speech. Thank you all for your time and have a great rest of y'all's day. I hope to see y'all soon.